Shanti, can you explain what is death and why people fear it?
Yes. Death is inevitable and people try to escape it by being busy. People become so busy with activities so they don't think about themselves or death. Because when they are alone, death is inevitable and everything they do, pamper their body, pamper their mind, build attachment to things to escape the fear of death, to escape facing own self. Fear of death reflects in all other fears. A coward dies many times before his death. If you face the death, many of the secondary fears disappear. If you have fear of old age, fear of suffering, they are fears of death. If you have fear of losing the job, fear of insult, fear of losing your house, fear of breaking down of car, all these fears are secondary fears. If you face the death, the fears really disappear. What is the process of death? We exist, as you see in this chart. Supreme consciousness reflects within us is Atman or personal consciousness, which is divine spark of God. But when I consciousness identifies itself with body, senses and mind, it creates duality of I and you. This is called soul. Soul means pure consciousness contaminated is called soul or Jivatma. Jivatma means pure consciousness contaminated. So when one dies, we are made up of several things. One is causal body, astral body and gross body. Causal body means consciousness, astral body means mental body, and gross body is physical body. Subtle is the most powerful and the cause of the grosser one. So consciousness is the cause of the mind and mind is the cause of the body. At the time of the death, physical body dies. Physical body is made of 5 basic elements at microscopic level, which is earth, water, fire and air working in the element of space. That makes the gross body. At the time of death, body came from 5 elements, goes back to 5 elements. That is, it comes from the dirt, goes to dirt, dust to dust. What happens to prana, energy within the body, is universal energy. So this limited energy goes to universal energy. What remains is the mind. Mind has several aspects. One is mind that experiences everything like camera, but other part of the mind is that stores the impression, and that is called unconscious mind or chitta. So at the time of death, unconscious mind travels with consciousness, and unconscious mind has all the stored impressions and desire that leads one to next incarnation. That means unconscious mind with consciousness has a driving force to choose the proper body, proper place and proper environment. In this life also, we change our body just by our consciousness and our deep mental impression. After death also, this body dies, takes new body. So we look at why do we fear death? First thing is, all our life we accumulate wealth we get attached to our loved ones. Everything we have invested in this life, we have to let go of it. That is the greatest fear. Then another fear is fear of unknown, because we don't know where we will go. Though there are so many theories, there is no concrete evidence and we don't know exactly we are going. We are going wherever we are led by our unconscious mind. That is the fear. And then third one regrets. One regrets at the time of death, what did I do all my life? Everything I invested, I have to let go at the death. Why didn't I meditate? Why didn't I find my higher self? And this is the regret one worries. Also, law of karma, one feels sorry for all the bad things they have done. That means if you cheated someone, did something for selfish motive, that guilt comes in the way. And that makes one suffer at the time of the death. And also, one fears death because one doesn't know the process of death. Life is a total combination of life and death. Just like day and night are total day. Day without night or night without day is not possible. So entire life is combination of changes. Everything is born and dies. Death is a regeneration, like a seed dies and becomes a plant. Everything that is dead produces new things. So everything is regenerated. Our body is regenerated. Every second the cells die and new cells are born. When we realize this reality, that consciousness is constant while the birth takes place, death takes place. Once we realize death makes the life total, just like darkness makes the day total. So everything when we realize is a process. If one realizes this, one is conscious while dying, one will wake up conscious while awake. So most people are unconscious while dying because of the fear of death. They don't face the death as is, because death is nothing to fear. Death is continuation of life. It is the cyclic order. Entire universe flows in cyclic order. When we realize this, pleasure and pain, old age and death is evident everywhere. And then birth invites new birth. So when we throw away this body, we are born into new fresh body to continue our journey. Journey of the soul or Jivatma is to evolve and realize that I am supreme consciousness, I don't have birth or I don't have death.